Morning, everybody. Hope everybody's well. Sorry I'm a bit late. The bins have just been emptied, so the bin lorries has been outside, which was too noisy. So, right, I've lit my candles. I don't know what I need to say really on this one. I was thinking I had lots to say before I started, but I think I'll just sort of tell you, if you haven't watched before, my name's Hannah Velton. I'm a writer and spirit messenger. I'm doing these travels with my brother who's in spirit, and we go back to retrace his last few weeks, it seems to be, in his life. We've gone back to Mali in Africa. When were we? On Thursday, a few days ago, we were in Kita, Kita, in Mali, where Christian was attacked. I lived all of that. I felt it, saw it, heard it. I must thank everybody for all their support. I've seen lots of people. I've had emails, I've had messages. A lot of people have not wanted to actually watch these videos because obviously the subject matter is tough for people to watch. It's probably harder for people to watch than it is for me to do, to be honest. Especially for people who knew Christian. But as I said in the last video, there's a definite division being made between Christian, my brother now, who's in spirit, and Christian that we're going to travel with, age 27. Although I see, feel and hear and experience everything, I don't really identify, when I'm Christian, I don't really identify him or with him. So there's definitely a barrier between us, so I don't get too emotionally involved, which is good. So I can just come back out of my travels and be mum, wife, daughter. I can function in real life, which is good. And actually, people who've seen me since I've started doing the travels, they've all said, you know, how I think they're expecting me to be really heavy and really drained by doing this. I'm physically drained and emotionally drained to a degree afterwards, but then I seem to, after a day or so, I seem to be able to just bounce back. And just everyone's sort of quite surprised how light I am. I always watch these videos back and notice how bright I am at the beginning, and then at the end I am really drained by it. So my voice is starting to go. So I think Christian's definitely around. So, yeah, at the end of the last video, we started the video with Christian looking like he was dead. He had no shoes on, he had ripped clothes, and he was lying. He'd ended up in some sort of village, it looked like, and everyone was quite scared of touching him and like taking him in. What is this white boy doing? He's been injured. What's his story? But there was an older lady who came out of her hut, and said, "I know that I've had a dream about this white boy. We need to look after him. He's got lots of people following him. I need to get him better and send him on his way again." And then we cut back to how he'd been injured. He had an injury to his front left and on his right cheek. And we cut back to Kita, where he was attacked. So I think I left the recording feeling that Christian was being looked after by this older lady who'd had a dream about him coming. So, yeah, I don't know where it's going to go this session. I'm assuming it's the last session. I'm being told it's the last session. So we'll see. I'm just thinking if I feel nervous. I feel like this is, I've said before, I feel like this is the culmination of the 16 years. But I don't want to think too much about it. Can't think with your head, with your ego head, because I wouldn't even be doing any of these. So I have faith and trust and love that I know this is all going to be safe for me. It's going to be safe for my family. It's going to be the right thing to do, and it's going to release all the trauma, and there's going to be lots of lessons for everybody, which I think there already have been in the last 2 sessions. I've been transcribing them, and sort of certain parts are really standing out as lessons for everybody. But I think I just need to get on with it. And if my eyes are closed, it's not. If I say it's Hannah speaking, it is Hannah speaking, even if I've got my eyes closed. But most of the time, it's going to be, my voice is really going. Spirit is speaking through me. So I'm just going to have some gulls of tea. Get my tissues, which I forgot last time, and I always need my tissues. There's been a real excitement around me this morning. And I suddenly feel very emotional. I think everyone's coming. There's a whole army with me this morning. It feels like a big one today. I keep hearing the word explosive. And I woke up with really sore knees, both my knees. I often have, my left knee is often very sore, but this was both knees. And I'd been hobbling around yesterday, had something in my right foot, and I couldn't see what it was. I thought it was a thorn or something, and I just couldn't see it at all. And then this morning I woke up and it was still sore, and I had a look, and there's a dog hair had got impaled into my right foot and on the bottom, and I couldn't get it out. I had to use tweezers to pull it out, which seems like a important detail to put into this video. You have to be aware of everything that goes on around you in life, and it's often the little things that you think, oh, that's odd, but it's often those things which are the really important details. But anyway, I think that's enough chat. There's a lot of people around me at the moment. The way we do this is Soul Christian, I call him in these videos. He and I fly together. We go as eagles. We've learnt to always go as eagles. That's how we travel to Africa, and how we've always done it. So I'm just going to settle back, and we'll fly to Africa and see what goes on, I think. So I'll see you on the other side. Something feels a bit odd this morning, I must say. Maybe it's just the number of people that are here. Oops, spirit guides around. Okay. Oh, I also need to say I woke up this morning, I had a pain in the back of my head, down quite low, in the middle of the back of my head. So I don't know if that's really going to be relevant, but good morning, everybody. This is Christian speaking. I'm going to try not to get too emotional today. Can't have Hannah's makeup running too much. People have said Hannah's been very brave to do these journeys, and they are completely right. I don't think people will have seen anything like this before. She doesn't know yet what effect her travels are going to have on people across the globe. We keep telling her this, but she doesn't see it yet. She needs to take some really deep breaths now, because we're going to be travelling for quite a long time today. There's going to be a completion in my story. But it's not the end in terms of live videos. Because there's one at the end full of the lessons that we've learnt and the messages that we need to convey. God has played a large part in our journey. And it's to him that Hannah and I have to be thankful too. For giving us these experiences and providing us throughout with all the support, love and community that we've needed to help us along the at times extremely rough path we've had to tread. You must know that we've agreed to this trauma happening. We've had self-will along the way, but the basic journey was mapped out for us. As you'll see in this next video, Hannah's played a role in helping Christian, aged 27. She didn't know it in the physical, but her soul, higher self, was with Christian throughout. And as you'll see, it meant so much to him. To have his sister there. Maybe not physically, but in every other way. She was with him. He's just so grateful to her. And myself now as Christian, her brother. I'm eternally grateful to her. I always have been, and I always will be. But anyway, we must get moving. I don't want Hannah to tire unnecessarily. We're going to turn into our eagle form now. It's nothing that you can see, but we flap our wings. Test them out. I always sit on Hannah's left side, on her left wing. Her bangle is her eagle. Okay, we rise up, which indicates the start of the journey. Always together now. It's so very free up here. In our book, we mention the trick of, if you're in despair, without hope, only seeing darkness, an essential thing to move forward, and something simple to do is to imagine yourself as an eagle, rising up where you're free in the sky, and you can look down as Hannah is now and survey your problems and yourself and your darkness from a new perspective. Become your soul, your higher self, and look down on yourself in the physical and see everything from a new perspective. We showed this to Hannah when she was in her darkest depths. And she rose and rose and rose and saw the truth. It's all in the book, which is still free to buy. The link is in the community pages. Anyway, that's another aside, and I said I didn't want to tire Hannah. So, where are we going today? This is going to surprise Hannah, but we're going to go further back, before Kita. It's relevant to what later transpires and how the story ends. Okay, we're coming down. This is Hannah speaking. My head's gone really heavy. I'm really confused. I actually feel quite okay. But I can't think straight. There's a man in front of me. There's lots of people around. Yeah, it must be reasonably early into the journey because I still feel okay physically. He's talking at me and he's confusing me. I really can't think straight. It's about money. He's translator. He's been translating for me. He's getting angry. He's like, his eyes are, I can see the whites of his eyes. I've given him money and I can't understand. I've like paid him what we agreed, but he's now it's like he's pointing to his shoes. He says, I've walked a long way, need new shoes. And he's like pointing to his chest like a cough. He's all this walking in the dust. I'm going to need medical attention. All this, yeah, it's like all this walking I've done with you, translating for you. It's, yeah, my shoes I need to replace my shoes and I need, like coughing, I need to go and see a doctor. No fucking way. No. We agreed a price. He's calling over other people. There's a crowd around. He's like telling people that I've not paid him enough. No, that's going to make any difference. I'm just going to pick up my stuff and just get going. Oh, I've got a donkey with me. She's grey. She's quite sweet. I'm calling her, what am I calling her? I've got a name for her. Evelyn. She's called Evelyn. I don't know why, but it just suits her. She's keeping me company. She carries my bags and my water and food. Oh, she's just leapt forward. Somebody's whacked her on the bum with a stick. They're laughing. Kind of got a feeling that I'm going to see them all again. Maybe I should have paid him more. No, fuck it. I said what I was going to pay him. I paid him. If I pay him any more, then everyone will know I'm an easy target. I've got a bad feeling about this now. But I can't. I can't turn around now, can I? No, come on, Evelyn, let's go. Mopti's coming into my head. Mopti. What is it about Mopti? Why am I thinking about Mopti? Not going to be there for a while. Okay, my focus is on ahead. I've got to keep going. I'm going to be okay. I've got my supplies. I still feel I'm going to see that man again. Okay, Han, it's okay. Soul Christian again. That was George. I knew him as George. Mwembe. George Mwembe. I've got a pain in my head. Well, it's not pain, it's like a heaviness. My head's heavy. George was bad news. He was the something that followed me. I was with him for about 10 days. He translated very well for me, and I was very grateful. He's in many of the photos which you're going to recover. But the thing is, when you find the cameras and see the photos, I want you to blank him out, cover him. I don't want people to recognise him. he's paid already for his crime. He's already with me in spirit. Oh my God. That's who you can feel on your left with you now. Okay, he's speaking to me. When I say next, it's going to be George. Hannah, sweetest sister. See, there's a lot more than just George here. Oh, there's lots of them. And George's. We're sorry for our part. In your brother's death. We didn't mean to kill him. It was an accident. We just wanted to scare him. It went too far. We should never have done this. We took advantage of his weakness. Your brother was engaging and fun to work with. He loved everything he was doing. The time I spent with him was very special. We had many laughs. He loved the children and the young adults he met along the way. He received many letters from people he met. He touched many lives. With his smile and his deep laugh. He never minded people asking him questions and bothering him, and children poking him and touching his beard and laughing at him. He made them laugh. He could be quite serious too, in moments of quietness and contemplation. He talked about Africa with a real passion, which from a white boy touched us greatly. He talked a lot about his family and friends, especially you, Hannah. Many of the men he talked to wanted him to send you love. Perhaps they thought you might come to Africa one day and marry them. Christian never disappointed them. He always said, maybe, you never know. We talked about his friends and his girlfriend. He hoped to have a family one day, to settle down, but in the future now was a time for him to travel, to make his name, to make his mark. I'm telling you this now. So you know that he was happy, very happy on his travels. Before things started to go wrong for him. Much of that was caused by me. I had many friends. I travelled being a translator, so I knew people all over Mali. I could get messages to people ahead of him. I was wicked. I hope you can forgive me. But I think by telling you what I know of your brother, And what a nice man he was. I hope in some way that my sin will be forgiven. I sit on your left-hand side in limbo. You've seen me in your dreams and your visions and meditations as the man in sunglasses, reflective sunglasses. I've been here a long time with you. You always knew the glasses meant something hidden still. I was here all along but hiding from you. But your bravery and forgiveness I've got a lump in my throat. But your bravery and forgiveness will mean that I can be released from where I am. He's holding my hand. Please release me, Hannah. You have it in your power to release me. From the chains that weigh me down. I've carried these chains for the 16 years. Christian, I do not see now. I do not connect with him in spirit. I do not need his forgiveness. I need yours. This is the way it works. Forgiveness releases all the chains that bind you to the past and Africa. Your relationship with Africa will change the minute my chains are released. These chains, because of my actions, hold us both here. People need to know this. If you do something bad in life, the chains hold you in life until you are forgiven. If you do not get forgiveness in the physical, the chains stay into spirit. But the chains also tie those affected in the physical to you. This is Hannah speaking. I've got a really heavy, I don't know if you can see it, it's like I'm really weighed down here by these. This is George. They're heavy, Hannah, aren't they? Yeah. Forgiveness is never easy. And forgiveness doesn't mean what I did was ever right. I'm the one that has to live with that. And I've had lessons to learn from that, which I'll take into my next life. But you, Hannah, don't need to carry these chains any longer. Africa should hold no fear to you. Your brother's trip to Africa was ruined by me. And for that, I'm truly sorry. You don't need to forgive me now, but you need to see the end for your brother. And only then will you be able to release me, if you choose. All you have to know is that after a few days, maybe a week, I started to follow your brother on foot. And I took a cousin with me. Your brother didn't know in the physical that I was after him. But as he's already told you in the last few episodes, he knew something. was after him, was following him. And I'm afraid to tell you that was me. I'm actually disgusted with myself. I had no real excuse. But there was something about your brother that captivated me. He had been so generous with his time, money, and love with people he'd met with me around, that I somehow felt shortchanged by him and aggrieved that he hadn't shown me the same affection and love. That was why I was so angry with him. I couldn't understand why he'd not shown me more money. And I was short of work at the time, so I followed him. Your brother moved very quickly with the donkey he called Evelyn. It made me laugh that he had a relationship with this donkey called Evelyn. He was very funny like that. He would talk to Evelyn a lot. But we saw him without Evelyn. We know he sold Evelyn. And by that time, the relentless journeying on his own without me or anyone to help him was beginning to play on his mind and his energy. He couldn't keep Evelyn. And although we watched him from a distance, we could see him fade. There was no need for us to attack or confront your brother because he was fading himself. We were like hyenas stalking our prey, wounded prey. The girl, Amenenkita, who you saw already, also had taken advantage of your brother. They wanted money. They saw him weak. The girl is still there. She has your cameras. You need to find these cameras. not you physically, but you're being sent someone who will offer to help you. You must accept gratefully their help, even if you're not sure you can trust them. You can trust them. Hannah, you can trust them. You will know the one you can trust. A man. Derek. There's nothing more to say about him other than his name. I give you this information, Hannah, because I want you to regain your brother's last moments, his photos, his film. I want you to remember him in the best way possible. I don't want you to remember him sadly in his weakened state, in his bewilderment and his alienation. I want you to remember your brother. As all his family and friends knew him. The pictures and film will show that. There's only one partner for you to see. I'm afraid to say that's the end. Okay. And it's Christian. It's up to you what you do with George. I have nothing to tell you about this. It's up to you what you do. I'm going to leave you to make the decision. But I must take your hand and show you the end. There's water. The lady who had the dream about me, she looked after me. This is the lady who was with me when you visited me. The visions you had were real. You travelled. And that was your first experience of flying. She tended me and looked after me. All the tears we shed together and hugs. I felt them all, as you did. Know that the last moments I had on earth were with you. You were there at the end. The lady looked after me. Mama Joan. I've got like a real heat in my back. It's the heat I got when I first started this journey in 2015. In the middle of my back. Mama Joan is now with me in spirit. She came to you. She is the warmth in your back. She's a powerful lady, only matched by yourself. She's been the one guiding you all this way. It is now time for her to say goodbye to you. Your journey has finished. George. I don't know what's going on. My head's really... I don't know what's going on. Oh. Have I died? What have I done? Not me, Hannah. I'm still alive, obviously, but I'm just floating free. I'm like... This must be what it's like to feel dead. It's amazing. I'm just being lifted up. It's like I'm a rag doll. I'm just being lifted up like that. But free, peaceful, totally alive. Like bursting with life. I can't explain it. So I look down, I can see, what can I see? I can see where I've come from. Did I just die? No, I'm being pulled back down. Hang on. No, I'm not. I'm back. I must have... If I'm Christian and I'm coming in and out of consciousness. My knees are really hurting. I think I'm coming in and out of consciousness. It's like they're showing me being in a body, painful, cold, trapped, and then the opposite when you're out of your body, like spirit, I think. Well, there's water. Pardon me. There's just this water. Okay, I'm still with Mama Joan. She's hearing voices, She's stroking my forehead. She knows something's wrong. This must be George. Yeah, he comes. He's coming. He's like storming in. He's like pointing at me. I'm sitting up. I'm drinking something. I've got a drink, something like herbs, something. I know who the man is. I know it's George. But it's like the back of my head, it's still sore. On my head, it's like sore still. I can't think straight. I don't know. He's just sort of standing in the light in the doorway, like this sort of sun's around him. I think he must be just saying that I owe him money. But I can't do anything about it. He's saying, where's the tent? Where's his tent? It's the only thing I have left with me. I don't have my rucksack or anything, just have the tent. He knows where I kept my money. I'm actually just he's going to my tent in the bag. And I don't care at the moment. I can't do anything, my head hurts. I need to lie down again. George is here again. I took his money, Hannah. I can just see George like holding the money, notes. But he's showing it to others. There's another. Many. 4 or 5 men. They're talking about the money. I have to get rid of the evidence. The boy. We're in Bamako now. I think this has all been set in Bamako, where Christian was being looked after. Somehow. In Bamako, outside Bamako? No. No, they're talking about Bamako. The river at Bamako. They take him to the river at Bamako. In the water. He cannot fight back. No one will know. He has no one with him. He has no phone, no tracker, no GPS, no way of finding him. We must do it quickly, though. At night. Cover him with a blanket. And somebody's saying, but Mama Joan won't let anyone near him. We distract her, says George. We share money. Yeah, some of the other men, they're not sure. It's bad, wicked, evil. It'll bring badness on our village. Oh, it's George. He's just saying that's when my chains formed. It was my idea to put you in the water. Put him in the water. You don't need to see what actually happened. We took Mama Joan from your side. And someone gave you something to smoke. Some herbs. You talked about enjoying smoking herbs. So we gave you one last herb. Smoke. Oh, I feel sick. Hannah speak, I feel sick now. I'm like totally fucking out of my head. I just completely filled my head with just knocked me out, I think. this was the last thing that Christian felt, he was away with the fairies, that's for sure. He wouldn't have known a thing. Yeah, he wouldn't have known a fucking thing. It's George again. I'm ashamed to say we took your brother to the river in Bamako. It wasn't far. Not far at all. I can just see. What can I see? Just like into the water. Slipped into the water. Like under a like just released from a sort of blanket under the. And heavy, must be weighted down into the river. I can't feel anything. Oh, I've got a headache now, but peaceful. Didn't feel a thing. Oh, my knees are hurting again though. I don't know what's happening now. My knees really hurt. George is just here waiting. I suppose it's the time I have to forgive. Of course I have to forgive. Of course I have to forgive. I don't want to be chained to this forever. What George did was what George did. He played his part. We've all played our part. I can't change anything. What he did was wrong. I can't change that. George, I do forgive you. What else can I say? I do. And if we ever meet again, I'll know you'll be one of the good guys. Okay. He's right here. What are you asking now? He wants to move into my heart. That's where I'm... He's just saying that's where I'm meant to be. That's where I'm free. Really free of these chains. You have everything in your heart. And to forgive fully, I need to be in there too. Fuck, my knees hurt. What is this pain in my knees? Oh, that really hurt. Oh. Will this pain stop if I release him? Is this what's been the knee problem? Okay, George. Okay. George has moved. He's now... Thank you, Hannah. I'll be on your side from now on. I won't hide from you any longer. Christian's taking me by the hand. I join him now. I'm being lifted up. That's it. He's gone. I don't know how to explain it. He's just gone up. He's free now. So that was George. That feels quite remarkable. As Christian, he said, I told you, Han. Once you'd seen it all and experienced it all, it would be released. The chains have gone. I've still got a pain in my knee though. And you can see now why I didn't know I was dead. The drugs they gave me, I was so weak. They knocked me out. I was, as you say, away with the fairies. When they put me in the water, I drowned but wasn't conscious of it. You'll never find a trace of me. But a body is just a body. It's a container. you know full well by now that I live still, just in another dimension. And this is the same for everybody when they die. And that's why it's so important to remember that you're a soul trapped in a body. When there's darkness in your life, rise up like the eagle and take your soul perspective, where you're free and unburdened. And that, my dearest Hannah, is all there is to say. You rescued me. Or should I say, you rescued Christian, age 27. That first time we flew together in May 2018. You brought Christian home. There's no need for you to come to Africa on a mission, nor your family, nor any future generation. My story can all be laid to rest. The camera and photos will come to you in good time. You don't need to do anything. Everything has been set in motion. In fact, there's more than you can ever imagine has been set in motion by you doing these films. I can't believe. Actually, I can. Because I know now what I didn't know in the physical. Is that you she's really resisting this. Do I have to say on camera? Not if you don't want to. Labels aren't important, but Hannah's powers are without question impressive. And our story is now finished. The next session will be the final part to the travels, and we'll pull together the major themes and ideas and universal truths. There is nothing left in Africa for Hannah. Apart from the cameras, but they will come. No cords are left. All stones have been turned over. All truths revealed. This is the end of the 16 years. And I think you should open that bottle of bubbles tonight with your husband. And lovely children. And I raise a toast to all my friends and family, wherever you are. The truth sets us free. The truth sets us free. The truth sets us free. See you all next. Whenever we decide Hannah's ready, and whenever she decides she's ready. We do work together. It is a team effort. Although we've led Hannah along the whole way, she's had free will. She's rested when she's needed to. Nothing has been forced onto her to do. Everything happens at the right time. And when you're ready for it to happen. God bless you all. Do we need to fly back, or am I here already? Okay, that's fine. Bye, Africa. Okay, I can open my eyes now. Don't be expecting any long speeches now. Do you know what I feel like? Free. I don't have to do that again. Or I don't have to travel there again. I don't have to have anything to do with any of this again. It's all free. Bloody hell. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm gonna have to watch this back at some point and transcribe it and what have you, but yeah, there's nothing I can say. Gosh. I said at the beginning of the film that there was lots of spirits around me when I started. There's none anymore. So it would appear the next session. I feel so light. I don't feel tired. The next session will be whatever we've learnt from all of this, I would imagine. But anyway, lots of love, and I'll see you when I see you next, which won't be very long. I want to try and finish all these off and get them done. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being by my side. Lots of love. Bye.